Welcome back to Learn English 24/7. If you're looking to boost your English speaking skills, you've come to the perfect place. In today's video, Improve Your English Speaking, Learn Through Stories Graded Reader, we'll be practicing English in a fun and engaging way. You're not just going to listen to a story, but you'll also learn how to use new words and phrases that you can immediately apply in your own conversations. By the end of this video, you'll have more confidence in speaking English and using what you've learned in everyday situations. Remember, learning doesn't have to be boring, and speaking English can be easy and enjoyable when we make it fun. So, get ready to improve your speaking skills and start using what you learn right away. We'll go step by step, helping you understand the meaning of new words while practicing pronunciation. You'll find that the more you listen, the more you'll be able to understand and speak naturally. Let's dive in and make learning English both exciting and practical. This is your chance to level up your skills while enjoying an interesting story, so don't miss it. Let's get started. At Learn English 24/7, we're dedicated to helping you improve your English skills every day. Whether you're looking to speak more clearly, understand English better, or simply practice your listening, we have lessons designed to make your learning journey easy and enjoyable. Our goal is to make sure that you not only improve your language skills but also gain the confidence to use them in real-life situations. By joining us, you'll find that learning English can be both fun and effective. With regular updates, tips, and tricks, we ensure that each lesson brings something new and exciting. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on our latest lessons and ways to enhance your English skills. Whether you're a beginner or looking to refine your fluency, our content will help you achieve your goals. Stay tuned until the end of this video for the best results, and let's make learning English a part of your everyday life. Learning through stories is one of the best ways to improve your English speaking skills because it shows you how words and phrases are used in real-life situations. Unlike memorizing vocabulary from a list, stories help you understand the context in which words are naturally used. This is crucial for speaking English fluently and confidently. When you listen to stories, you get to hear how native speakers express themselves, how conversations flow, and how words connect with each other. You learn the rhythm, tone, and structure of natural speech. By listening to and repeating parts of the story, you'll start to feel more comfortable using English in your own life. You'll notice patterns in how sentences are constructed, and how vocabulary is used in different contexts. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become in using these words and phrases naturally. Stories also help you remember words better, because you're associating them with real situations, emotions, and characters. So, by learning through stories, you're not just expanding your vocabulary, you're also building the confidence and skills to speak English in a more natural way. Throughout this video, I'll pause the story to explain new words and phrases. After each part, I'll give you a moment to repeat what you've learned, so you can practice speaking in a relaxed and effective way. Repetition is key to improving your speaking skills, so make sure to actively participate by repeating the words and phrases as we go along. By doing this, you'll start building your confidence and feel more comfortable using English in your daily life. If you're ready to improve your English speaking skills, stay with me and let's get started. Keep in mind that learning a language is all about practice, so don't hesitate to pause the video if you need more time to repeat. The more you practice, the better you'll get, and soon you'll find yourself speaking English with greater ease. Let's dive into the story and have fun while learning. Today's story is about a man named James, who dreams of starting his own business. He's always had a vision of becoming his own boss and building something from the ground up. However, he soon discovers that the journey to success is not as simple as he expected. James faces numerous challenges along the way, from financial struggles to finding the right team to help him. Despite these obstacles, his determination and hard work keep him moving forward. Throughout the story, we will explore useful vocabulary and phrases related to personal goals, challenges, and success. For instance, you'll hear how James talks about setting goals, overcoming setbacks, and what it takes to keep going when things get tough. These are important phrases to know when talking about any kind of journey, whether it's personal or professional. As James moves closer to his dream of owning his own business, he learns valuable lessons about perseverance and the importance of having a strong support system. With the help of his friends, who offer advice and encouragement, he begins to see that the road to success may be hard, but it's definitely worth it. This story will not only teach you new vocabulary but also inspire you to keep pushing forward in your own life, no matter the challenges you face. So, let's dive into James's journey, and along the way, you'll pick up some great phrases that will help you speak about goals, challenges, and success in English. James had always dreamed of opening his own business. He had the idea in his mind for years, but he didn't know where to begin. One morning, he woke up with a clear vision. He wanted to open a small coffee shop. He had always loved coffee and enjoyed the atmosphere of local cafes. But now, it was time to turn his dream into reality. James started by writing a business plan. He wasn't sure where to begin, but he knew that having a clear plan would be important. He understood that a business plan is the foundation of any successful business. It helps you define your goals and the steps you need to take to achieve them. As he worked on his plan, he thought about what kind of coffee he would serve and how he could make his shop stand out. A business plan is a detailed plan for how a company will achieve its goals. In James's case, his plan included everything from the coffee menu to the design of the shop. This is important because it helps guide the business's direction and keeps the owner focused on their goals. James wrote down his ideas for the coffee menu. He wanted to offer a variety of specialty coffees, pastries, and healthy options. But he also wanted to make sure his shop had something unique, something that would make it different from the other coffee shops in town. He thought about the atmosphere he wanted to create. James imagined his coffee shop as a cozy, inviting place where people could relax, work, or meet friends. He didn't want it to feel like a typical, generic chain coffee shop. His goal was to create a warm, welcoming environment. Specialty coffee refers to high-quality coffee beans and unique preparations that offer something beyond regular coffee. It's often used to attract coffee lovers who are looking for a unique experience. The term, pastries, refers to baked goods like cakes, croissants, and muffins, often served alongside coffee. James also began thinking about the financial side of things. How much money would he need to open his coffee shop? What kind of expenses would he have, such as rent, equipment, and supplies? He had to estimate how much money he could make and whether it would be enough to cover his costs and eventually turn a profit. Expenses, or the costs involved in running a business, such as rent, wages, utilities, and materials. A profit is the money left over after all the expenses have been paid. It's the reward for running a successful business. As James worked on his plan, he realized that he needed help. He wasn't an expert in business, and he didn't have much experience managing a coffee shop. So, he decided to reach out to some of his friends for advice. One of his friends, Sarah, had opened her own bakery a few years ago and had learned a lot about what it takes to succeed in the food industry. She agreed to meet with James and give him some tips. Reach out means to contact someone for help or advice. Tips refer to helpful suggestions or advice that can guide you in doing something better. James felt better knowing he had support from friends who had experience in the business world. He continued to work on his business plan, feeling more confident that he could make his dream a reality. He knew there would be challenges ahead, but he was determined to keep moving forward. Determined means having a strong desire to achieve something and being willing to put in the effort to make it happen. It's an important quality for success, especially when facing obstacles. A few days later, James met with a friend who was an expert in business. His friend, Tom, had successfully started and run several businesses over the years. James was nervous but excited to get advice from someone who had been through the process. Tom sat down with him at a local cafe and began discussing the next steps for opening a coffee shop. Tom explained that one of the most important things James needed to do was to secure funding. This meant finding a way to get the money he needed to start his business. James needed to pay for things like the equipment, furniture, supplies, and, of course, the rent for the location. Tom told James that there were a few options for securing funding. He could take out a loan, seek investors, or even ask for help from family and friends. Each option had its pros and cons, and Tom advised James to consider each one carefully. Securing funding means getting money to start the business. James needed to find a way to pay for everything, from the equipment to the space for his shop. In this case, securing means obtaining or making sure the money is available for his business needs. James felt overwhelmed by all the choices. He wasn't sure which option was best for him. Tom encouraged him to make a list of the pros and cons of each funding source and then decide what worked best for his situation. Tom also explained that investors would expect a return on their investment, meaning they would want to make money from James's business in exchange for their financial support. Return on investment, ROI, refers to the money that an investor expects to earn back from their investment in a business. Investors want to see their money grow, so they may expect a share of the business's profits in exchange for their funding. Next, Tom advised James to start looking for a good location for his coffee shop. He explained that location is crucial for a business's success. A cafe in a busy area with lots of foot traffic would likely attract more customers than one in a quieter neighborhood. However, finding the right location also meant balancing the rent and the potential for business. James needed to be realistic about his budget and the location's potential to bring in customers. Foot traffic refers to the number of people walking by a location. High foot traffic is important for businesses that rely on attracting passers-by, such as coffee shops. Balancing the rent and the potential for business means making sure the cost of renting the space is reasonable compared to how much money the business could make in that location. James began to realize that starting a business wasn't just about having a good idea, it was about making smart, calculated decisions. He had to be realistic about his finances and carefully consider each step in the process. Tom stressed the importance of planning for the long term, not just focusing on the immediate challenges. Smart, calculated decisions means making thoughtful choices based on careful consideration of all the facts. James had to think ahead and consider all aspects of the business before making any major decisions. After their meeting, James felt much more confident. He had a clearer understanding of the steps involved in starting his business. He went home and sat down to work on his funding options. After carefully reviewing his choices, he decided to take out a small business loan. He felt that this was the best option for him, as it would allow him to get started without giving away any ownership of his business. Over the next few weeks, James worked tirelessly to prepare for the opening of his coffee shop. He met with local landlords to look at potential spaces and finally found a small but charming location near a busy park. The rent was a bit higher than he had originally hoped, but James felt confident that the location would attract enough customers to make it worth the cost. He signed the lease and began the process of turning the empty space into his dream coffee shop. Tirelessly means working without stopping, putting in a lot of effort and energy. Lease refers to a contract that allows a person or business to rent property for a period of time. James signed a lease agreement for the space where he would open his coffee shop. As James started setting up his shop, he faced more challenges. The renovations took longer than expected, and he had to deal with unexpected expenses. But he didn't give up. He worked late into the night, fixing things and making sure everything was perfect. He hired a small team to help him, including a barista who had experience working at other coffee shops. Renovations, or the changes or improvements made to a building, such as painting, fixing, or adding new features. Unexpected expenses, or costs that arise without warning and weren't originally planned for. Despite the setbacks, James remained focused on his goal. He was determined to open the coffee shop on time, even if it meant working long hours. His determination paid off when, a few weeks later, the coffee shop was ready for its grand opening. James was exhausted but proud of what he had accomplished. Grand opening refers to the official first day that a business opens to the public. It's often celebrated with special events or promotions to attract customers. After months of hard work, James finally opened his coffee shop. The grand opening was a success, and he was excited to see customers come through the door. However, in the first few weeks, business was slower than he had hoped. Although the location was perfect, not enough people knew about his shop. James knew that if he wanted to attract more customers, he had to market his business. James started by focusing on local marketing strategies. He printed flyers and posters to hang around the neighborhood, offering a special discount for first-time customers. He also set up a social media account for the coffee shop to connect with potential customers online. James knew that these days, people often find new places through social media, so he made sure to post beautiful pictures of his coffee and the cozy interior of his shop. He also encouraged customers to share their experiences online by offering small incentives like a free drink for customers who tag the shop in their posts. Marketing refers to activities that promote a business. In this case, James had to find ways to let people know about his coffee shop. Marketing includes things like advertising, social media, promotions, and public relations. Local marketing strategies are methods used to reach people in the local area, such as handing out flyers or hosting events. Incentives, or rewards, are offers used to encourage people to do something, like tagging the coffee shop in a post. Slowly, James began to see results. More and more people were walking in, attracted by the flyers and social media posts. He also created a loyalty program, where customers could earn points with every purchase and redeem them for free drinks. This program helped build a loyal customer base. As the weeks went by, business started picking up. The shop became busier, and word-of-mouth recommendations began to spread. Word of mouth refers to when people tell others about a product or service based on their own experience. This is one of the most powerful forms of marketing because it comes from trusted sources. A loyal customer base refers to a group of customers who return regularly to a business because they are satisfied with the product or service. As the business grew, James faced new challenges. He had to manage his staff, keep up with the increasing demand, and maintain high-quality service. He knew that his customers were coming back not just for the coffee, but also for the experience. He made sure to hire friendly and professional staff who could create a warm and welcoming atmosphere. He also introduced new menu items, like specialty pastries, to keep customers interested and encourage repeat visits. Manage his staff means overseeing the employees who work for the business. This includes tasks like scheduling, training, and ensuring everyone is working efficiently. Demand refers to how many people want or need a product or service. In this case, the demand for James's coffee shop increased as more customers came in. Menu items, or the different products or dishes offered by a cafe or restaurant. By introducing new menu items, James was keeping the offerings fresh and exciting. Over time, James's coffee shop became a staple in the community. He was proud of what he had built. However, he knew that running a successful business meant always improving. He regularly asked his customers for feedback to see how he could make their experience even better. James also started offering events at the cafe, like live music nights and coffee tasting sessions, to attract even more people and create a sense of community around his shop. James was proud of how far his business had come, but he wasn't about to rest on his laurels. He understood that success required ongoing dedication. He kept listening to his customers, refining his offerings, and enhancing his marketing efforts. By doing this, his coffee shop became more than just a place to grab a coffee. It transformed into a spot where people could unwind, catch up with friends, and enjoy the vibe. The business was thriving, and James had realized his dream of becoming a small business owner. Ongoing dedication means putting in consistent effort over time, without taking breaks. Realized his dream means James achieved his goal of owning a coffee shop through perseverance and hard work. As the shop gained popularity, more and more people started coming in, not just for the coffee, but for the overall experience. The cozy vibe, friendly staff, and excellent service made it a place people were eager to revisit. Word of the shop spread quickly, and locals were flocking in to check it out. James noticed that many of his new customers had heard about the coffee shop through friends or family. This made him realize the power of word of mouth. When people had a positive experience, they were likely to share it with others. This kind of marketing was incredibly powerful because it came from trusted sources, real customers who had experienced the service firsthand. Word of mouth refers to people sharing their personal experiences with others, which is a very effective form of marketing. It's trusted because it comes from people the listener knows. To further grow his customer base, James introduced a customer referral program. In this program, customers could receive a discount or free item for bringing a friend. This encouraged them to spread the word about the shop while rewarding them for their efforts. The program worked wonders, and soon James saw an even faster increase in business. He realized that giving value to customers didn't just keep them loyal, it also attracted new ones. Customer referral program is a marketing tactic where businesses reward customers for recommending the shop to others. The reward could be a discount or a free product, and it helps bring in new customers. As demand grew, James realized he couldn't handle everything on his own. He had been running the shop alone, but with more customers, it was becoming too much to manage. So, he decided to hire a few employees to help out. He wanted his team to share the same passion for coffee and customer service that he had. James was careful when interviewing candidates, looking for people who not only had experience in the food and beverage industry but also understood his vision for the shop. He wanted his team to feel like family, and he hoped they would continue the welcoming attitude that had made the shop so popular. Interviewing involves talking to job candidates to determine if they're a good fit. Hiring means bringing someone into the business to work. Team refers to the group of people working together to achieve the business's goals. Before long, James had assembled a small team of baristas, servers, and kitchen staff, all trained to keep the shop running smoothly. With his new team in place, James could focus on expanding the business. He worked closely with his employees to ensure they had the support they needed to perform their jobs well. One of the challenges that came with the growth of his business was managing his time. There were so many aspects to consider: marketing, inventory, customer service, and now staff management. James quickly realized the importance of organizing his time and prioritizing tasks. He started using tools like schedules and to-do lists to help him stay on track and focus on the most critical tasks. Inventory refers to the products a business keeps in stock, like coffee beans or milk. Time management means organizing tasks to be more productive. Using a schedule helps plan tasks and appointments, while a to-do list is a list of tasks that need to be completed. James also made sure to gather feedback from his customers. He regularly asked them for input on what they liked and what could be improved. He encouraged them to leave reviews on social media and filled out short surveys. This feedback helped James make informed decisions about changes he wanted to make. As the business continued to grow, James began to think about expansion. He had built a loyal customer base and a solid foundation. He envisioned offering more products, such as fresh pastries and sandwiches, and maybe even opening another location. But for now, his focus remained on keeping the original shop as successful as ever. Customer feedback means the thoughts or advice given by customers about their experience. Reviews, or comments shared online that help others decide whether to try something. Expanding a business means growing it by opening more stores, offering new products, or adding services. James's coffee shop had come a long way, from a simple dream to a successful and thriving business. He had faced numerous challenges, but he was confident that he could tackle anything ahead. Through hard work, determination, and listening to his customers, James turned his vision into a reality. Overcome challenges refers to facing difficulties and solving them. It's an essential skill for any entrepreneur. Determination is the quality of being resolute and working towards a goal despite obstacles. James's journey shows that persistence and adaptability are key to success. James's coffee shop continued to flourish as time went on. His dedication, supported by his team and loyal customers, had made his dream a reality. He had faced many obstacles but learned valuable lessons from each one. Starting with a simple plan, he built a business that brought joy to his community every day. James realized that success wasn't just about having great coffee or an excellent location, it was about persistence. When business slowed, he didn't give up. When customers made suggestions, he listened and improved. During tough times, he reminded himself of his mission: to share his passion for coffee and create a welcoming space for people to gather. As time passed, James expanded his menu, adding vegan options and seasonal drinks to keep customers excited. The shop's atmosphere evolved too, with cozy seating and dedicated spaces for local events like open mic nights and poetry readings. This sense of community became a hallmark of his business. James also became more skilled in managing his time. He learned to delegate tasks, trust his staff, and focus on the bigger picture. Balancing work and life helped the shop thrive, and he even began considering opening another location in a nearby town. However, he knew he needed to focus on maintaining the success of his first shop before branching out. Persistence means continuing to try, even when things aren't going well. James showed persistence by pushing through challenges. Delegate means giving tasks to others to save time or get things done more efficiently. By delegating, James could focus on growing the business. Looking back, James felt proud of what he had accomplished. He had gone from dreaming of owning a business to running a well-loved coffee shop. More importantly, he had created something meaningful, not just a business, but a place where people could come together, share stories, and make memories. The lessons he learned weren't just about running a business, they were about believing in himself and staying committed to his goals. Determination was the word that best described James's journey. His determination kept him going when things seemed impossible. He never gave up, even during tough times, and his efforts paid off. James's story reminds us that success isn't about luck, it's about setting goals, learning from mistakes, and never giving up. Determination means not quitting, no matter how tough things get. James's journey shows that staying focused and working hard can help overcome even the biggest obstacles. This trait is vital for both business and life success. In the end, James's coffee shop became more than just a business, it was proof of the power of persistence, learning, and self-belief. His journey demonstrated that with the right mindset, anyone can turn their dreams into reality. And although James had achieved a lot, he knew that his journey wasn't over. Every day offered a chance to learn something new and improve his business even further. After all, success is a journey, not a destination. That's the story for today. I hope you enjoyed it and learned some new words and phrases that will help you speak English with confidence. Remember, learning English is all about practice. The more you listen, repeat, and use what you've learned, the more natural speaking will feel. As you saw in James's story, determination and persistence are key to success. Just like James kept working hard to build his business, you can keep improving your English skills, step by step. Don't be afraid of making mistakes, each mistake is a chance to learn and grow. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to 24/7 English Learning. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to learn next, and keep practicing your speaking skills every day. See you in the next video. Keep practicing, keep learning, and don't be afraid to speak English as much as possible. Bye for now.